Hello guys, it's football here with John Morntez and welcome again to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing fine. I'm also doing fine. And today, Newcastle just destroyed Manchester United. This is really interesting. Personally, if you ask me my opinion on that game, I would say Newcastle deserved to win it. Useless. That is what I can say. Manchester United today were very useless. So they deserve to win. They deserve to pick 3 points, and it makes Premier League more interesting. That is the most important point. Now Premier League is more interesting. I've never seen a Premier League becoming more interesting like this one. This season has been really interesting. You cannot predict who is going to win top 4. Who is going to win top 4? You cannot predict who is going to be relegated. If you look the way intense the relegation battle is, and you look the way top 4 also in Champions League slot, the way people are fighting to get Champions League slot, it's really interesting, and this makes Premier League interesting. If you look the amount of games remaining now between now to the end of the season, and things cannot be predicted. Things cannot be predicted yet. So it's really interesting. So Newcastle today outsmarted Manchester United. Erik ten Hag made a big mistake. Personally, I think Erik ten Hag made a big mistake. How can you play McTominay as a 10? It doesn't make sense. Then you play Wiggles as your striker. We didn't buy a striker. That one is costing us now, and now we are seeing it. We chased Ronaldo, but we couldn't able to get the replacement for Ronaldo. Wiggles is not a proper striker. That is, if you look at that Manchester United game, yes, most of the games nowadays are being won in the midfield. We lost that game in the midfield. Casemiro was not there. But that one should not be a problem for a club like Manchester United. We should be having a competitive player. We should have players who can compete. So today we lost that game in the midfield. You cannot start McTominay as a 10. He has never played there. That magic was not going to happen. That magic which he pulled out of Scotland over the last 2 weeks in the international break, he cannot pull it now. So it's really interesting now how Premier League is going, and I predict. Let me be honest with you. I predict Manchester United. I predict Newcastle to get top 4. I predict Newcastle to get top 4 because if you look at Newcastle, the way they have played this season, the way that team has developed this season, from relegation last season to now number 3, is really interesting, and they deserve a credit on that. So it's really interesting. Premier League is really interesting, and I think that this is a positive for them. It will boost their morale. They can do it because they've never been in a Champions League for a while. I don't even remember the last time Newcastle were in Champions League. So for them to qualify in Champions League, I think it's going to help them with the amount of wealth they have now. It's Newcastle are going to become the next Man City, because they have money to do it. They have money to bring on the players. They will attract many players because of their Champions League spot, and that manager has really done a good job there. He has money, and he knew exactly what he wants, and he got the players because the money is there to do it. The money is there to do it. So Newcastle, let's just be honest, they are really a dangerous team, and they will become more dangerous. They might replace. We might. Next season we might have Big 7, not Big 6 now, because currently the Big 6 are Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Man City. Those are the Big 6. Then you had now Newcastle here. You can replace who can add now Big 7. So it's going to be really interesting because they have money to do it. Everything they have a quality manager to also do it. So it's really interesting what Newcastle are doing this season. They are surprising people. Most of the people never expect, especially Newcastle and Arsenal. Nobody expected Newcastle and Arsenal to be where they are at the moment. No one expected them. Even Manchester United, no one expected us to be where we are. So it's really interesting. So if you look now where Premier League is, although Manchester United still have 2 games in hand, that one gave them an advantage, but the game which has not been played, you cannot count on the game which has not been played. So we have a lot of games. There's still a lot of games to go through. So this Manchester United slept today. We were hammered, and we have to accept the result. We have to accept, although we accept the results, but we don't agree with the results. But we have to accept the results. So these players have to look themselves up and bounce back on I don't know even our next game. So they have to bounce back, and Manchester United players has to bounce back and try to get result and try to keep that momentum up. We try to get Champions League football, because now we are out of Premier League. We are out of Premier League unless a miracle. We are out of title race, not Premier League. We are out of title race unless a miracle happens. So it's really interesting to see how this league is going. It's really Premier League has now become an interesting sport now. It has really become an interesting sport. It's attractive now. No one expected us to lose today. No one expected Liverpool to lose yesterday, although most of the people expected that one to Man City to win that game, but no one expected Man City to win it 4-0. So Premier League is becoming more interesting. If you ask me now top 4, I want you guys to try to predict top 4 to me. Personally, I think Arsenal, Man City will get it. Then between Manchester United and Newcastle, I don't see Tottenham giving Tottenham being a threat, although they have again. I think tomorrow they have again against Everton, which is really going to play a key role. They might push Manchester United to 5th, Newcastle to 4th, then they stick on 3rd. So it's really interesting. Top 4 now race is now interesting. It's really interesting. If you drop points, your opponent gets the slot. So it's really interesting. But a lot of games are still there to be played. So we have to wait and see. This is intense Premier League. You never know what will happen at the end of the season. Now, at the moment, no one can predict who will even win the Premier League. If you look last season, if you look all previous seasons, it was easy to predict. At this moment, it was easy to predict who was going to win the Premier League. But as per now, no one can predict who is going to win the league at the moment. No one can predict who is going to get top 4. No one is going to predict who is going to be relegated, because at the moment anything can happen. Even Chelsea can get relegated, but that one cannot happen though. So it's really interesting, and we have to upload Newcastle. The Newcastle we saw before the World Cup, now they are back. They are back to business, and they are back to show that seriousness, that they are on it, and they are not here to entertain people or they are not scored people. They are here to compete. That is what Newcastle are trying to tell us. We are here to compete, and we have everything to do it. They have money to do it. They have the money to bring in players. They have good manager. They brought in exciting players, and it's really important. It's really attractive what Newcastle are building there. The project they are building there. That is, if you have money in Premier League, now Premier League is all about money. If you have money, you attract many players and you get result. And this makes Premier League, the more these investors come into Premier League, it makes it more interesting. It makes it more competitive, because now Premier League has become, you never know, even Fulham at 10 can come and get Champions League spot at the moment. These 10 games, 11 games remaining now, it's a lot. It's a lot for both number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, top 10. This game can change a lot of things. This remaining 10 games, 11 games can change a lot of things. So it's interesting. We have to upload Newcastle. They are back to business, and they are not here to entertain us. They are here for a serious business. They are not here to escort people. They are here to compete, and it makes this thing more entertaining. Smash a like on the video, and if you know you haven't subscribed yet, I want to ask you, please click that subscription button. If in case you are new, click that subscription button. Don't forget to click that notification bell, so each and every time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. To our subscribers, I want to say thank you for your support. Without you, we could not be able to reach where we are at the moment. Smash a like on the video. Don't forget to click the subscription button. Until we do our next one, bye bye.